What's up, man? This your boy Rizzy Matt.
It's your boy Bobo.
We are the Force.
Episode 4, it's a project we've been working on for over a year now. About 12 solid tracks. It's something that we truly believe in. We're big on our content, what we talk about. We put a lot of time in the lyrical content, also the emotions in the beats and in the actual music. So we try to bring those emotions out. So a lot of content on episode 4. It's an extension of Star Wars. It's the next chapter. It's the next episode within Star Wars, and it's the Force.
Within the difficulties, we had a couple of stumbling blocks. Sometimes with recording. I know one of the biggest difficulties that we had had to been the artwork. I know we reached out to about a couple of artists concerning with just the artwork for episode 4, and we finally found one. Mr. Will Mortiz from Georgia. He reached out to him, and I mean, from the first email we sent, you know, it's been very much progress and nothing but good work from him. He also did our logo and everything. Every image that you see in the episode 4, you know, his hand was in it, and he did it. So.
And also shout out to Maya Smith. Maya Smith, she's also an artist who attended, I believe she teaches at Savannah State University. She was the one who introduced us, made it possible for us to meet Will. So without her, none of this really wouldn't be possible. So shout out to Maya. And also too, there's been other artists who has helped as well. If you maybe saw the logo of the guy walking in the city with the notepad, with the notebook. What's his name? I know you had
Leon Rogers.
Leon Rogers. He also was a help, also assisted us with the art. So yeah, but definitely shout out to Will, because we were down at one point. A guy was saying that he wanted at least $3,000, I believe, for the artwork. So then we were almost about to pay that. We was about to chop it up into payment plans, and then we got another email saying from a guy named Will saying that he wanted to pick up the project, and he helped us out with it. What separates us from everybody else, we are passionate about what we do. We pay attention to detail. I mean, every second of the song, every line, we talk about it. At times, we'll discuss lyrics. Rizzy Matt, he'll email me his lyrics. I email him my lyrics. We'll talk about it because it's a group, and the group is one person, it's one entity. So we look at it. That would separate us. We definitely pay attention to detail, and also quality too. Everybody is passionate about their music, but you have to pay for quality. You have to pay people who really they have training in whatever they do, and some people are afraid to invest in themselves, and that's one thing that we haven't been afraid to do. We want the best of the best. So the sound quality is, I believe, that's the biggest thing that separates us from other groups, other artists out there.
Right. That's and I'll definitely back him up on that. Ever since day one, I said, you know, presentation. We got the music. We already know that our music good, and we confident in it, and we believe that it can definitely go a long way. But presentation is everything. You know what I'm saying? It could be that presentation that choose the listener or whoever you are trying to get your music out to pick your music over somebody else, just because I don't know, they might like how you put it together, or they might like the artwork that's you know on your album or cover or just whatever. Opposed to I know everybody's seen like them little plastic covers. You see guys hand out like a gas station, just whatever. But presentation, that's definitely one of the biggest things that we stress too. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things.
Yeah, that's supported presentation.
What are our inspirations? Outkast, The Roots, Kendrick Lamar, Lupe Fiasco, Pac. The list goes on for me, you know what I'm saying? But those are the main ones that I really enjoy and that inspire me. Also too, the book that really, it's a book that called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I hope I'm saying his name right, but that really inspires me. Anything that got to do with like traveling or like a journey, setting out on a course or like a quest. That's why we like movies like what Lord of the Rings and you know Star Wars. Anything that's you set out to have a purpose or go find your purpose or your what are you trying to, you know, what you're trying to reach in life. Anything like that really inspires me, and I know inspires Bobby as well.
Yeah. The same thing about the books, The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho, 11 Minutes. I'm thinking about picking up a new book by him called Veronica Wants to Die, something like that. So definitely Paulo Coelho is a big artist, a huge writer that has inspired me, and also inspired this group as well. But a few rappers, few people, individuals out there have been inspired by. Anybody who stay true to themselves. I like the concept of just like how people put bars together, like how they just put blocks together. And with that being said, I like Tupac. I like him for his emotion, his passion that he portrayed in his music. I love Common. I love Will Smith. Nas. He's a poet. I like 50 Cent too, his simplicity and how he put together some of his bars. Lauryn Hill has been big on my style. With her ad libs, the way she pans stuff in I don't know whether they're using Pro Tools back then, how she pans stuff out like left, right, all kind of stuff. I love how she operate. What she spit. Just to throw an example out there, a song that they have on the Fugees album is The Mask. And she killed the verse, how she was going back and forth on different tracks. And like I said, anybody who stay true to themselves, I can appreciate. Love hip hop, the different eras. Rakim in the 80s, Slick Rick, different styles. Then you got the underground style. I'm listening to Rhapsody now, the Ninth Wonders, the Fontes, the Mos Defs, the conscious hip hop, all of that. I love it all. But yeah, definitely the books, Paulo Coelho was definitely big in what we're trying to give to the world now.
Nats means notepads and tattered shoes. We actually said that in a couple of our lyrics that you'll hear in episode 4. That way when you hear it, you understand. That's basically the movement of what we're trying to start, and it's starting with the force. We just laying the foundation so that the Nats movement can have a face, so to speak. Basically what that means is no pads and tattered shoes. No pads, any great idea, and I tell this to everybody who has any great idea, first starts out on paper, whether it's lyrics, a blueprint to construct building, or just whatever comes to mind that you get inspired to write, or just whatever you're trying to create. You first write down your thoughts and ideas on paper. That's just how it goes. Notepads. And the tattered shoes is simply the journey, that where you came from to what you're going through and where you're going. The tattered, being tattered, the struggle is a word we like to use for the tattered shoes, but most definitely that's what notepads and tattered shoes mean. And we also, once again, Paulo Coelho, the Alchemist, he really inspired to create that movement as well. So yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah, No Pads and Tattered Shoes. He came at me with the idea. We were trying to figure something out. Then Nats was the idea that came about, No Pads and Tattered Shoes. But one thing that a book that stands out when I think of No Pads and Tattered Shoes, I was reading Finding Fisher, the Antoine Fisher story, and he was like working in his foster parent store, the lady in the movie that's portrayed in the movie. And he was like, he got an old pair of shoes, and his job was to repair the shoes. And he was like, these shoes been through so much. He wondered where this man would have been, where this man would have walked, all the pain and everything. So, and when you look at Fisher, his life is synonymous with the struggle, with the journey as well. So, and that's what we believe in. That's Nats. No Pads and Tattered Shoes, and it definitely it's everything. I definitely believe you only get one life. You want to see as many things as possible. I know Christ, he wasn't rich at all. He lived life off the grid. He had sandals, so he had sandals. He walked around barefooted. He was simple, and he embodied that No Pads and Tattered Shoes as well. It's a line that I said in the song that said, "I want to walk around like Christ and his disciples, spitting in ciphers with unfamiliar faces." So, and that's what it's about. Just want to walk around, live life, meet people. Every person is worth something. They have a story where they've been, whether their shoes are Nike Blazers, whether their shoes are sandals. Like their stories in shoes and notepads. Like Russ just said, you need to write down your thoughts and your ideas. The recording process has been, we mentioned that at first you have to write your ideas down, your thoughts, and then it's the recording process. And this is a process, that's the perfect word for it. It's a process in itself, a recording process. We started with my personal studio. That's a blessing to have a studio, which I'm getting that back up to par now. So be patient with me, everybody who's waiting for that. So it started off from my own personal studio. We recorded some songs there. Then we realized we needed more. My studio wasn't working like I wanted to work, so then we branched out to this guy in Orangeburg. His name is Mark Deuce. So he's been there from the beginning. I mean, he has had his hand on our project since day one. We reached out to him. We started recording there. He's put in hours working on our project, but it's been a long process. Some days you come in the studio, you don't feel right, and something may happen, and you have to really improvise. And Mark Deuce, being the good guy that he is, he's been patient with us. He has helped us during this process and understanding that it's just not a smooth ride. There will be bumps along the road. So yeah.
Right. I know we had just recently, I think about 2 weeks ago, we had an interview with WUSC 90.5. Shout out to DJ B Foster. You know what I'm saying? And he asked us a similar question. He was asking like, what is the recording process? And it's funny because like during the entire time of writing episode 4, like I said, we got about 11, 12 songs on it. Me and Bobby really wasn't together when we wrote. He was down in Blackville, either Blackville or Denmark, and I was in Columbia. So like we would come up, we'd have an instrumental, and we would write to it separately. Like I have to send it through email, so he was like, all right, this what I got, and this what he got, and then like when we come in the studio, that's when we put it together. I mean, and it's just matched up so well, which you'll see in episode 4. So I mean, that's kind of crazy, like not even to be around each other and still come up with crazy songs. Carolina South, you know what I'm saying? Change Up, The Dark Side. You'll definitely see it.
Thank God for social networking and the internet. Shout out to the internet too.
Shout out to the internet.